Alrighty, folks. Well, good evening and welcome to another session of our Vecna Eve of Ruin. I'm your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by our luxurious players this evening. And in fact, we are joined by a new player this evening. If anyone wants to say hello, you can. No
Hello.
pressure.
And I will. Hi.
And we are unfortunately down a Larissa this evening. But the story goes on as it always does. But before the story goes on, let's talk about how it went on last time, with a little bit of talk about what happened last time before we get into what's going to happen this time. So, last time, as you all made your way back to the Sigil Sanctum, mildly congratulated by both Tasha and Mordenkainen, though both seemed still fatigued from their spell to inadvertently summon you days ago. Illustrial not around in this moment either, but you found out the next rod piece was in a place called Barovia, a land shrouded in mist and lorded over by a dark master named Strahd. Apparently a vampire too. And he had the power, supposedly, to say who stays and who goes in his domain. Unsure about this, you did some studying about your next destination. Asked the two wizards their thoughts on the subject. And after an evening of respite, bedding down, you did some shopping in the morning and stepped into the portal as soon as you got back. And once you did, you quickly realized the stark contrast this place drew to the likes of the Sigil Sanctum. Dying trees and woods in one direction, rolling hills of tall, dark grass in the other. A small, decrepit town lay in front of you all, with tall house on the far side that seemed brightly lit by the interior lights. This was not a welcoming place, though. Even the locals disliked you being here. After dispersing a small mob, you did actually find an ally. A woman named Sarasanda. Apparently she knew about the rod piece, or at least that there was an artifact being held by a cult, trying to vie for power here in this realm. She said others were after it as well. Needed to be made sure neither had it. It would appear your goals were aligned, and she knew the house where it was being kept. A mansion that you had seen coming into town. A place known to the locals as the Death House. Speaking to the Durst children outside of this home in the rain, you eventually headed in yourselves, as if being invited in by the house itself. Looking through a couple of rooms so far, you headed upstairs, where inside a large conservatory where music notes could be heard playing, Nero inspected. And while he was in here, there were three white-robed figures lurking behind curtains wearing masks ready to strike. We've already rolled initiative. However, our view turns back in time ever so slightly, as Elrian, you know why you've been sent by Illustrial herself, someone you've known for some time. Through this portal cloth, she said to find the others and to aid them. As you yourself step through this portal cloth, leaving Illustrial and the other two wizards in the Sigil Sanctum, you step into a place of darkness, crackling thunder and rain above, but almost like, honestly, very much reminds me of, there's a light on at the Frankenfurter place. Rocky Horror Picture Show. There is a mansion on the far side of town Seems to be the only place that seems... welcoming isn't the right word. You almost seem drawn to it. Seeing as there's not many other lights around, might be the best spot to start. As doors shutter, or windows shutter and doors slam as you get anywhere close. As you approach this tall mansion, crack of thunder and flash of lightning in the shadows nearby. You see a decrepit old woman just kind of leaning underneath an awning of this home, just keeping out of the rain. She eyes you curiously. One of her eyes is swollen shut. Perhaps sewn shut. And the other just stares at you blankly. What do you do?
Pardon. I approach her and I say, "Pardon me. Is this your home?"
Oh, no pardon necessary. My home, no. But I believe all are welcome. She smiles ear to ear.
Very well then. I turn and I walk in.
Okay.
I'm trying to find somebody.
Absolutely.
And I'm not wasting time.
Walking in through the entryway easily enough, the doors open for you and quickly shut behind you of their own volition. You hear the cackling of this woman far in the distance beyond. Coming inside through a small entryway, actually a rather large entryway. All very well lit. Might be some heavy boot prints on the floor nearby. Heading in. And you would come to a large central room spanning the entirety of the house. A bright fireplace shining over most of this room. Torches lit. And a red marble staircase leading up. Where you would hear someone call out. Jeffrey, get back here! And a quick kind of whoosh of wind dispersed through the area from upstairs.
Well, I'm of course curious. So up the stairs we go.
As you head upstairs, you would witness, I'd say Zom, you'd probably be about to like head out of this room in this moment.
Yep.
The rest of you would, just a moment before, Nero called out and alerted others that there was a presence here in this room, that something was coming out to attack him. With a quick flash, Dread was inspecting this fireplace empty. Shadows quickly grappled around him and somehow sucked him into the fireplace with a loud, almost slurping, crunching noise. Larissa quickly leaps after him, disappearing with her own misty magic into the fireplace. And Elrian, you would just kind of, as you're climbing the staircase, just barely see in the darkness a human in the dark and an orc standing in a doorway, and they're all looking to the south, it would seem. As this is a good opportunity to describe what Dexter you look like, and probably Zom too at this point.
Hey, I'm Dexter, but everybody calls me dude. I got actually a little longer than shoulder length, straight brown hair. Wear this sick bandana or like headband. I got this real sick, multicolored martial art gi. Real cool cloak on. It kind of covers it, but not really. It looks pretty good. And then I just got this cool amulet too. It's pretty sick.
Fair enough. What about Zom standing in the doorway?
He's a pretty imposing. He tries not to be imposing, but he can't really turn it off. So he's just standing there in his full armor with his runic stole, the large blade on his, or I guess it's still a blade. It's a glaive. He has it on his back, kind of like crap. What are they called? The things Japanese soldiers wear that has the has their symbol on their back. It's just kind of on his back.
The flag thing?
The flag thing. He kind of has it stationed like that. It's accessible, but it's not. It seems intentional.
Sashimono.
And, I would never have come up with that one. So, but yeah, he's
Yeah.
a big orc guy. You swear he's kind of smoking.
Yep.
Mm.
And who would they see coming up the stairs, Elrian?
Pale little elf guy with probably, I guess I describe his hair as platinum blonde, green eyes, silver and blue robes on. Kind of. I mean, you guys had met other wizards before, so it's pretty. It's not a stretch to imagine this guy as a spellcaster for sure.
Yeah. Fair enough. And Elrian, I would like you to roll me initiative as well, please.
Yes.
I'm gonna say at disadvantage, though.
Works. Yeah, because I just kind of sucked it up. Let's see. Is there? How do I? Did that?
I guess he's not
I don't.
technically in an
That
ally.
didn't.
You did, yeah, so roll it one more time. We'll take the other.
Yeah.
Whichever is lower. Fair enough.
I think he's on Whisper.
You are on Whisper. So at the top of your sheet, you will see
Oh, how do I do that?
public and a Whisper at the top.
Oh, there we go.
Easy breezy. And we're going to go with... Yeah, just Hitman. Why not?
I thought you were going to say Darkling.
Nah, Darkling would make sense here, but Hitman, I feel like fits.
Oh, there it is.
Fair enough. As you hear some commotion happening in the other room, Elrian, but narrow in here, one of these masked, robed individuals holds out a hand where you can see the scar, or more like a tattoo, reach out as withery shadows surge around behind you. And then quickly from their arm, a black blade of pure shadow extends as they rush towards you and try and attack you. getting horrible. Playing with my music volumes here real quick. Getting a 7 and a 10 to hit you, Nero.
They both miss. He just dodges away from them.
As you quickly dodge around, the shadow behind you lurches out from beneath a chair and tries to grab a hold of you, getting a 7 to hit.
Misses again.
Which will take us to your turn, Nero.
We are going to conjure woodland beings.
Okay. Breaking out the big guns. Tell us about this. What does this look like? We've never seen you cast this before.
I would take out his focus and swish it around as he speaks in Sylvan, and out of the sprig, a bunch of spirits would just come out and surround him.
What sort of spirits?
Animal spirits, some mostly animal spirits, but there may be some like big tree mixed in and
Okay. And they
A
just
bunch
kind
of
of flit
different-
around you?
around me, and anything that comes close, they would go and they would attack it.
Gotcha. What is the radius on that? Is it an emanation? 10-foot emanation.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go with
And let's
Green.
do 5d8. Let's do the damage that it's gonna take.
All right, and they make a wisdom save.
Yes, wisdom.
All right. They seem very surprised and taken aback by this. Just the shadow, sir. The shadow kind of hides back into under the chair real quick for a moment, only taking half of that. Oh, -2 because you got your braces of archery.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, this
So
priest
24.
here would just be. You would see their cloak and parts of their body get ripped up by these spirits, easily taking 24 points of damage. Anything else for Nero?
And we're going to disengage. I can take the disengage action as a bonus action while this is up.
Nice.
So we're gonna disengage, and we're gonna come out right there, right outside, and that'll be it.
Okay, as describe what this looks like to Elrian as you come out, as well as the flitting with nature spirits around you.
Yeah, the spirits would just be swirling around them, screen what appears to be wisps that transform into animals and back into wisps, and you see a Nelf, blonde hair and long green cloak with a wearing a leather armor underneath the cloak.
Sick.
Definitely more of a tan wood elf ally. One of your cousins. Which will take us to your turn, Elrian, as you just come in seeing what you see.
Well, considering what we discussed, I did, for with the story, at least if I remember correctly, Elrian probably not terribly long at all before this had just got done fighting some cultists.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to think he at least has a pretty good idea of what he's seeing here. Let me see. Do I even remember? Can I move you yet? Oh, okay. And that's what shows me stuff. Okay. Hold on. These little symbols here, are those doors? I'm not quite
They
sure.
are doors, yes. I wish they were smaller, but yeah, there's a door. You step up, and that's where you see the orc over there.
I gotcha. And over here, let's see. see if that over here we still have some of those cultists, right? Those hooded figures.
You don't see the hooded figures anywhere.
Oh, I don't see anything.
You see the
That's-
elf, the human monk, and some lizard, winged feathered lizard flying, sticking against the wall in the corner there.
Oh, there's a lizard thingy.
Yep.
Does it look mean?
It looks like it's just chilling.
Yeah. Let's see. I just see I just see these three guys.
These
right?
three guys would fit the description that Alestria would have given you.
Yeah.
Would
Okay.
have been two others
I don't see
with
anything
them.
else anywhere.
Yeah, you did not, but you did see the
Okay.
elf just run from the southern room.
Okay. I mean, I guess. I guess I have no reason to believe there's anything else hostile to attack or anything. So I'm just.
You can
gonna,
always say something.
Yeah.
So you got
That's kinda what I was
six
thinking,
seconds of talking if you want to say anything. Or introduce yourself. Or just be like, hey, what's going on? Entirely your call what you say or what you do.
Honestly, Elrian would probably not say too much.
It seems like something's going on because there's these looks like aggressive spirits around this wood elf.
Okay.
You can always cast mage armor.
I see. You're the ones. I guess I'll do that. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Let me see. Where's that? Sorry, I'm still getting used to using
You're
character
good.
sheets on Roll20.
There is
and-
a
where's
toggle
that?
on the combat tab.
I saw it earlier. I'm trying to find it. There it is.
Downside is you got
Okay,
so many
well-
spells at this level that it takes up so much of the combat tab.
Yeah. All right. So I'll do that, and then I just look around and say, you must be who my master told me about. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fair enough. That will take us to Zom.
We'll move over here, I guess.
Okay. Fair enough. That will take us to Zom as you saw this elf look to you and look to the others and say that as he cast a spell of protection on himself.
Just step out. And like, what did you say about a master?
Illustrial. Yes. She sent me here to find you.
Hmm. Sure. Can I make an insight check to determine this person's?
If you want to spend your action doing that, you can, yeah.
I'm not doing anything else with my actions. So.
Yeah, give me an insight check. With a 22, studying him over for this moment as you eye him up and down, yeah, absolutely checks out. Like, there's a book at his side, definitely fits the vibe of almost very similar to Illustrial herself. Not quite the same, just stylish and wizardly. She never mentioned having servant or apprentice or anything, but she's a powerful wizard. He definitely fits the vibe of like the Silver Marches kind of elf.
You definitely fit the part. But I don't think we need help. But I'm just gonna block the stairs, I guess.
Okay. Getting ready for assailants from below. That'll take us to...
Close the door behind me.
Alright, closing the door behind you. That'll take us to... This is where this would finally come into view for some of you. This robed figure with a mask on with glowing bluish green teal eyes. Will just launch holding their hand out, and out of this tattoo, 2 pulses of dark energy shoot out towards Narrow. Narrow getting a 15 with their first attack,
Misses.
and a 10 with their second attack.
Misses again.
As they shoot these 2 dark bolts, they quickly... Actually... Let's see if they can see. No, they can't see very well. So they're going to bolt around behind elsewhere. Taking us to Dude. Dexter.
I'll bring out the drift globe and light it up with my action.
Alright. Lighting up the drift globe. You pull out this orb as... Did we say what the word was for...
I don't remember.
I don't either. But it glows like sunlight in this space.
Not casting daylight, just normal light.
Right, but it's like sunlight.
Yeah. And then I'll turn looking at a new guy. Oh, hey. Glad you to join us. Look over at Zom. Yeah, we probably could use the help. Jeff and Larissa just got slurped up by some shadows. So, a little bit of a pickle. And then I will head down into this room. And I will bonus action.
As you squeeze by, a shadow lurches out towards you. Getting a 22 to hit you.
22 will hit.
As you take 8 points of necrotic damage. And your strength is reduced by 1.
That's not good. Alright.
I'll keep noting, don't worry though.
Bonus action. Flurry of blows.
Alright, yeah, just this person behind this large grand piano, or rather large harpsichord. I like those better. Getting ready to wield dark magic, you just quickly rush up to them. Yeah. Start wailing. That's
7 to hit.
Gonna hit.
A 30 to hit.
Yep.
And a 31 natural 20 to hit.
Yeah. Yep. All those absolutely hit.
For 13 points of force damage.
All right, just kind of pummeling in with your palms, and you can re-roll that 1.
I definitely will. And it's still going to be 7.
All right. So we got 20 for that crit.
And for
12,
crit, just
32. As just kind of pummeling into them, dark magic kind of flitting about as you hear whispers, but there's no words coming out. No real words.
That will be my turn.
That will take us to...
There's like 3 or 4 of them in here.
That will take us to their turn. As they get up and kind of read these shadows from underneath this harpsichord towards you. A shadow would appear behind you, almost being flung over there. And they themselves will, keeping that shadow in their hand, materialize a blade and stab out at you. Getting an 8 and a 16 to hit.
16 also misses.
Yep. Which will end their turn, but their shadow goes right after them, as the shadow will reach out towards you as well. Trying to grapple into you, getting a 10 to hit, almost shying away from the light as you're holding this globe in one hand and just pummeling out with the others. That will end their turn, taking us to this guy. This guy, seeing you pummel into their friend, is gonna shoot 2 bolts of light or bolts of darkness out towards you. Do disadvantage?
Yeah.
All right. Well, they got an 11 instead of a nat 20.
Yes.
For their first attack. For their second attack, they got a 10 to hit. They are rolling horribly with these. As these bolts of darkness, like the sun, this light from your drift globe just kind of keeping everything at bay, it would seem, in this moment.
I was like, do I have lucky points? I do. Okay, good.
That will take us to their shadow, which surges to narrow. And narrow, they just lash out towards you. Double check. Getting a 14 to hit you.
Misses. Again, just swipe them away.
Just swipes away as almost trying to avoid being hit by these swirling animal spirits. That will end their turn, taking us to your turn, Narrow.
So, I need more damage for my woodland being, so let's do that first. And stay inside of it. So, for this turn, it would be 21, 19. And now we're going to...
What is your save?
16.
Okay. The shadow gets ripped up by your spirits. And is no more.
Alright. In that case, we're going to move up inside right there. So this one is going to get it as I move. And at the same time, we're going to attack with a bow. Let's see. Longbow.
All right,
27.
shooting point blank range absolutely
He
hits them.
just walks up and bam.
Yep. As they also take 19 points of force damage. And 14 from the bow.
14.
As they're looking ragged, blood spilling into their cloth.
And then Rama is going to fly up there. And he's going to attack.
As-
Strike.
Elrian, this is the first time you would see the iguana actually moves. It quickly darts and flies around the corner into the room.
So first attack. 13.
Is going to be a miss.
Right, let's see if we can hit this attack. 24
24 absolutely hits.
for 7 force damage.
All
And
right.
we're gonna give him another attack. No, we're gonna give him another attack. One of mine.
That one is
not one.
going to be a miss, unfortunately.
And that'll be it.
All right, that will take us to Elrian. Seeing all this go on, and you're unsure what's actually happening, but you do get a little semblance of what's happening in the next room.
I see you.
As you
One,
move into
two,
the
three,
room.
four.
Yeah.
Thanks for just a second, and then hang on. Let me just read this one more time, just to. Why can't I open it up? Why can't I open up spell and read it?
You have to look on
I'm like 90% sure
the
I
spell
know what it
spell.
does, but here it is. Okay. Okay, so I choose, and it doesn't. Okay, yeah, I think this is the only AoE I've got that isn't going to hit my allies, or the people who I'm pretty sure are my allies. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna bust out the chain lightning.
Okay. Absolutely.
Starting with this guy.
Tell us
And
about
we're
your
gonna
spell casting and how this looks as you cast chain lightning.
That's an opener.
Elrian strolls through the door, his expression even. Surveys the room for just a second before he whips out his grimoire, opens it seemingly immediately to the correct page. As he raises his hand, and blue energy coalesces around both his book and his hand. and then a bolt of lightning leaps to this guy, and then after it hits him, 3 more leap out to those remaining in this to the remaining opponents in this room.
Absolutely.
Doing on a failed save 48, 24 lightning on a successful dex save.
All right. Do you roll new damage for each one?
I don't know. I think that's kind of up to you, DM. Actually, I've seen it done both ways. I've seen it done where you just roll once. I've seen it done where you roll for each target. It just kind of depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, what do you like?
Personally, I like just rolling once just because it makes it easy, gets it over with. You can't really get away with that for a spell like Chromatic Orb that bounces around and is
Right.
dependent on each individual roll.
Right.
But,
Same thing
you know,
with
I kind of
Steel
just
Wind
treat it the same
Strike.
thing because,
Gotcha.
yeah. And it's also just because it's how my DM ran it
Absolutely.
from back in the day. So
Dex
it's just
save.
what I'm familiar with.
Let's see if any of them will survive. How much is that? 20. What is your DC?
18.
As this horrible crackling of lightning shoots out through the room, this guy falls to the ground. Electricity courses through him and shoots into the guy in the corner as the shadow would just dissipate. And this guy actually seems to quickly dodge out of the way, only getting slightly burned by this giant crackling lightning bolt that just sends a thunderous boom throughout the entire chamber in here. Anything else for Elrian?
Nope. Just gonna stand right here. I'm just gonna park it.
All right.
Or a farm for a second.
That will take us to Zom.
I even want to ask what that was. 1, 2.
You just hear this. You see this flash of light, and see burn marks across the floors in here.
Well, this situation looks handled. I will just reach out towards this one in the corner and cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. As flames
It's
erupt
fire
around
or
them. They got a 14.
They will take 12 points. Oh, not. They'll take 11 points of radiant damage. Sorry.
All right.
You have Divine on. Check.
Anything else for Zom? That will take us to
We're in a good spot.
the shadowy person in the corner. Will stay in this corner, motioning the shadows from behind them and almost pulling them up and throwing them out. Will launch them over towards lightning guy. Yeah, they're gonna lash him out to Elrian as the shadows emerge from underneath the chairs where you're standing. And then they are going to launch shadows themselves. These necrotic bolts do one at Narrow. You still got the spirits floating around, and one at Elrian.
So as it spawns, it should take, what's it, 19?
It didn't move.
Or is it? But is it not when they start their turn? Then
It didn't start its turn.
It didn't start its turn yet.
Hmm.
Is it at the start of their turn? Whenever it ends its turn there. But so they are going to launch a bolt at both Elrian and Narrow. Elrian getting a nat 1, as these guys can't roll for shit on these things. Just kind of amazed at this arcane power that you wielded and then shooting out towards Narrow. Narrow getting a 21 to hit.
It hits.
You take 10 points of necrotic damage.
I'm gonna use my reaction, and I'm going to project my arcane ward.
What does this look like?
So Elrian, as he sees the next bolt, as he dodges the first one and sees the next bolt coming in towards Nero, right?
Yeah.
He draws more of this arcane energy from seemingly around him, and with his hand pushes it out towards you. And
Absorbing
I
the
believe,
attack.
yes, I believe
All of it?
it's. So how much damage was it?
10.
10.
Yeah, I think. Where's that? I believe it does do that. I believe it does absorb all of it. Okay, word, yeah. Where is it? Projected word. When a creature that you can see within 30 feet of yourself takes damage, you can use a reaction, use your arcane ward to absorb that damage. If this
It's
damage
your
reduces the
ward.
ward to your hit points, which it won't. Yes.
So you take 10 on your arcane ward.
Yes.
So it will absorb all of it.
Yeah.
As Nero, you get your 10
Oh.
hit points back. You take none of that. Seemingly desperate. That
I
will
guess I
take...
have to.
What was that?
Sorry, I was just kind of looking at my arcane ward, trying to reduce the hit points on it, and I guess the minus button isn't working, so I just had to type it in manually.
Fair enough.
But anyway, that's not important.
It is. It works though. Which will take us to the Shadow. Shadow launches towards Elrian. Elrian getting an 8 to hit. As
Does not.
it just something about this terrain. Everything seems so weak in here. The light glaring on the shadow. It is not in its element. That will take us to Dexter. Dude.
Dude's gonna, looking at this fried body, turn, look over at Elrin, give him a thumbs up and flash a real bright smile. Man, that was like super cool. That was awesome. And he'll, quick as a flash, zoom over to the other side of the room and punch this guy right in the face.
All right, yeah, punching that guy right in the face.
14 hit?
14 hits.
Oh, all right. I'll reroll that 1 for 11 force damage.
You'll take 11 force damage.
Second attack, 24 to hit.
24 off for sure hits.
15 force damage.
15 as you just kind of pummel him right in his neck, and he goes down.
Shadow's still up.
The shadow is still up.
Zoom over to the shadow. Bonus action, flurry of blows.
Okay. Flurrying out to the shadow.
Might be overkill.
It might be. It definitely is.
17 to hit.
Yeah.
27 to hit.
As you are just swiping into the shadow, tearing it up with your punches and pummels and kicks, standing on one of these chairs here, the shadow is eviscerated.
40 points of damage.
It will take 40 points of damage. Anything else for dude?
Elrian looks.
Good.
I kind of brush the hair out of my face and smile over at Elrin again. So you're
I give you
hanging out, you're hanging out with us now.
Seems to be so. Did you all happen to fight with some cultists before this all started?
Elrian, roll me a d6, if you will. Actually, roll me 2d6.
Yes. All right. Where's the? Hold on. Where's the dice function on this thing?
On the left side, underneath the comb.
There it is. Sorry, I'm used to like things that will. They're like beyond 20 that links roll 20 in D&D Beyond, but like
Gotcha.
I've never actually used roll 20 fully. Just just like halfway, I guess.
Oh, we are fully immersed. As
It is better.
you would see in the corner behind the piano, this ectoplasmic, otherworldly slime start dripping off of the priest's body as they rise up. No longer deaded. And immediately over the harpsichord will launch bolts of darkness out towards Elrian and Nero. Elrian getting a 20 to hit.
Yep.
As you take
That does it.
24 points of necrotic damage.
Dude, where'd my character sheet go? Hold on.
Dude, where's my sheet?
Back up here.
I didn't touch it.
Ah.
As this
Hold on.
bolt of energy, I think that might break your shield.
How much damage is it?
24.
Yeah, just barely.
As
Arcane
this,
Ward had 23 left.
as this ward breaks and you take 1 point of damage. Another bolt launches out towards Nero, getting a 13 to hit. As it clearly misses. And that will end their turn. As the other one also, ectoplasmic goo writhes all around them. As they also emerge, standing up, reaching out with this ectoplasmic darkness towards Nero. Getting a 24 to hit you, Nero.
Definitely hits.
You take 8 points of piercing damage and are paralyzed. As your spell ceases to function. And then they stab out again, this time at advantage. Getting a 15 to hit you, Nero, I think still misses.
Misses. Just misses.
Back to our regularly
No.
scheduled programming of horrible rolls, folks.
Would that have been an auto crit too?
It would have been. Because he is paralyzed. Which will end their turn as Nero. In this moment, you are still paralyzed.
But this little guy can still attack.
You can't command him to attack. Can he still attack? Does he need action for anything from you?
No. No.
All right. So he can do his own attack, yes, but you can't sacrifice your attacks.
No.
That's the
No.
only thing.
But so basically, it says something in there like, if I'm paralyzed, it can still attack. It can still move on its own, other than the judge action.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it still does its own 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So he's going to attack the closest one right there.
Okay.
11 misses.
Actually, I will need... $11 does miss. I also need a... No, it just happens. This goo extends out as Nero, you are covered in goop. As is your creature. Ectoplasm.
Let's see if it can attack.
Second one absolutely
19.
hits it, though.
4. 10 force damage.
You will take 10 points of force damage. Your pet's movement is reduced by 10.
Right. But it'll stay there for now.
Alright, that will take us to Elrian. Seeing these people get back up.
That was unexpected. I'm not 100% sure. Nero, right? Let's see. He's covered in this gooey stuff, right?
Mhm. And in fact,
And it is like,
that gooey stuff would extend to you at the start of your turn. As this ectoplasm just kind of starts sticking to your feet and arms, just weighing you down. Your movement is reduced by 10 feet. That is it.
Okay. No, this isn't. I don't wouldn't know if this isn't on any kind of like spell per se. So I don't know if dispel magic would work. We'll just no, that might not. So specifically, it was the stabby stab that was done on Nero that paralyzed him, right?
Yeah. This
Okay, it's
blade
not the
of
goo. It's not.
its blade is now covered in goo, but it was just the blade that did it.
Okay, so this probably wouldn't be as much of a gamble then. We're gonna go ahead and haste dude.
All right,
Gonna cast haste on dude.
tell us about that. What does your haste look like? Is that more electricity?
I don't know. I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
I would just say Elrian looks down at the goo surrounding his feet. He looks over at dude and says, "You seem to be one good at movement." Extends his hand, and you see just kind of like a white puff of arcane energy go and then surround him.
Okay.
And you feel energized, like
You are speed.
like you can move through anything and tackle the world.
Damn speed.
You are speed. You are punch. And then I'm gonna because this is what makes the most sense to do. Movement speed is reduced by 10. You said.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got 20 feet of movement speed. Yes. We're just gonna back it up a tad.
All right, backing up through the door.
Yep.
All right, that will
Actually,
take us.
we're gonna go here.
Okay, backing up and around the corner into darkness. That will take us to Zom. Zom, at the start of your turn, you are also covered in the goop. Actually, no, you're not. You're at the edge of the goop.
Through the goop, so because I'm moving in.
All right, you're in the goop.
Oh well, not going anywhere. And I will uppercut with my fancy new flail.
All right.
Ooh,
15
15.
will definitely hit them.
Take 14 points. Oh, I didn't turn that on because I turned it off from
The
the
vicious
spell,
part?
so- No, the vicious is on.
Oh,
It's the 2d6.
Gotcha.
I didn't turn divine back on. So plus another 5 radiant.
So 19 points of damage. You just crack into their shoulder with this flail. Gets covered in the sickly goo. Anything else for Zom?
Well, if he's still there, I'm gonna burn a war priest and hit him again.
10 is going to be a miss, unfortunately.
I don't think I want to make it 20. All right, I'm here.
All right. Dude, if you'll roll me a d6, please.
That's 5.
Oh, that's a 5. What happens on a 5? As the dead guy next to you that you pummeled rises up in a spectral-like fashion, form darkened, long claws of shadow extending out. As it will stab out towards... You know what? It's gonna move through you.
I like that. Ooh, that was cold.
As it feels this extreme cold as it just wisps through your body. and then stretches out to Nero. As a blade extends from its hand, getting a 16 to hit Nero.
It just hits.
As this is Nero, you take 14 points of piercing damage. And you are now paralyzed from their blade. I was putting it there so I remember who we're counting on. They stab out again towards you, Nero, getting a 24 to hit.
It's again.
Nero, you take 13 more piercing damage. As they stab out, you guys would see almost this energy siphon from Nero into them. That will take us to your turn, dude.
Ooh. Alright. Gotta move. I'm gonna try and punch this shadowy guy. Hopefully it
Okay.
doesn't just go right through him, but I'm gonna try and hit him.
Try and hit him.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
Alright.
So going with the classic force damage.
Force damage, yep.
All right.
13 force damage.
Your punch strikes true for 13 points of force damage.
Second attack. Natural 1.
Ooh. As their form somehow shifts around your fist as you're punching out, they seem to just go incorporeal for a brief moment.
Alrighty, let's do 3 more. Another flurry. Uh, 28 to hit
We're gonna say that'll hit.
for 9 force damage.
It will take 9 points of force.
27 to hit
27 will absolutely hit.
for 12 force damage.
And you are just pummeling into them. Your speed is reduced by 10, but you got double speed and stuff. You've been gooped.
16 to hit
16 will hit.
for another 10 force damage.
They will take another 10.
And then lastly, I will use my hasted 1 attack. 25
25 will also hit.
for 14 points of force damage.
14, as you see their tattoo on their hand just pulse with this energy. They are still up.
From somewhere beyond, he hears Dread whisper in his ear, "You have to remove his head." That's it.
All right. That will take us to their turns. This one will shoot necrotic bolts. Do one at Nero, one at Zom. Out of their tattoo, this dark energy shoots out towards Nero, getting a 25 to hit.
It hits.
Nero, you take 31 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah, they don't like me at all.
Because you got the paralyzed, so they're going to use that. Getting a 24 against Zom.
It's pretty good.
As Zom, you take 22 necrotic damage. Which will end their turn. They seem happy there. Just kind of oozing in the corner, radiating out. That will take us to the one next to Zom and Nero and the beast. Will extend its blade out towards Zom, getting a 20 to hit.
Does not hit.
As it deflects off your shield, it then stabs out towards... Yeah, it'll try to hit you again. Getting a nat 20, Zom.
2 of them.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Can't do anything about that.
You take 8 points of piercing damage,
3.
reduced to reduced to 3, but you are paralyzed.
Jeez. Okay. This is bad.
In this moment, as this dark energy from their palm stretches out and pulses around you in your paralyzation. Narrow, your pet can go.
Yeah, he's gonna go after this one. Let's see. 24.
24 will hit.
Seven
As your
force damage.
pet launches down towards them, their body, incorporeal still, gets torn apart and falls to the ground. See their hand pulsating.
The second attack is gonna be the other one beside him.
All right.
25
Yeah, 25 will hit.
for 8 force damage.
All right. It will take 8 points of force damage as it too falls to the ground. Ooze splattering out all over it.
I think that's 30. 60. Okay, so it still has 50 feet, so it's gonna move. It's gonna fly down there.
Yeah, it's only -10.
I understand it still has 50 feet of
Yeah.
fly.
You can fly wherever.
speed. Alright, and that'll be it.
All right, that will take us to Elrian.
We're gonna peek out just a bit. See who's left.
As you hop into the
Is
room,
this guy?
see ectoplasmic guy in the corner still standing. Another ectoplasmic guy in the center of the room on the ground. Both Zom and Nero paralyzed in their motions here. As there's a darkened wraith-like figure next to you.
Jeez.
Persist through their unconscious state.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna gamble. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try. As an abjuration wizard, I can cast Dispel Magic as a bonus action. I'm gonna see if it works to try to deal with the paralysis on Nero.
Sure, give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Where is it? There it is.
Still in whisper.
You are still on whisper,
Oh,
but
what?
you got a
What the
15. With a
I thought-
15, as
I thought I
you're
clicked public.
trying to figure out dispelling whatever's going on with him. It's not a spell, but it is magic. So almost kind of pulling the threads of whatever is holding him away. Nero, you are no longer paralyzed.
I didn't expect that to work. Very well. I look over at Huey McCorner Pants over here. And we're just gonna try the humble firebolt with my action.
Oh, because you can quicken your dispel magics.
Yeah, Dispel Magic, Abjuration Wizards. I can't remember which level it is, but they can cast it as a bonus action.
Nice.
So we're just gonna
A humble nat 20 firebolt. Let's see how humble this firebolt is.
So how do we handle crits here?
Roll where it says crit damage in the chat window.
So not on my character sheet. Oh, here we
Yeah.
go.
All right, we'll do 17 points of fire damage.
3 ones.
Mhm.
60-10, and it was only 17. Man.
That's the
Alright.
odds. It's still this blast of fire that kind of withers as it gets to the goop of this person.
I see Nero probably not looking quite as hot. So I'm gonna stay in the room this time.
All right. That will take us to Zom, who's paralyzed. And then Narrow, I want you to roll me a d6.
Only one?
Cool. As this wraith-like body, its hand pulses with this dark red energy. Its eyes turn red as they are now more than just wraith-like. You see this red glow in their eyes as they lunge out towards, do one lunge towards Elrian because you are there.
Yeah,
Lunging
because I'm
out
there.
because you're there. Getting an 8 to hit you.
It does not.
As
I
it-
should probably mention, because I cast an abjuration spell of 3rd level, my
Yeah.
Earthing Ward regains 6
Absolutely.
hit points.
As it lunges out, you quickly make yourself flat up against the wall. It will then lunge out towards... Its hand reaches out to Dude as the symbol pulsates and the blade extends from it.
I'm gonna spend a lucky to disadvantage.
Alright, getting an 11 to hit.
Miss it.
That will take us to your turn, Dude.
Alright, I will come over here by Narrow, and looking down at this guy on the ground, his hand, what's going on with his hand?
He's looking lifeless and oozy at the moment.
So no pulsing on the hand or nothing?
Do you want to make a search check with that?
No, I'll just use one of my attacks. Can I stomp his hand and like turn it into meat paste?
Absolutely. Give me a athletics check. I'll give you advantage because he's prone.
Can it be acrobatics?
No. Because you're doing forceful things here.
An 18 because of the -1.
Gotcha. An 18 is enough as you crunch his hand and almost like sever it. The skin sloughs off after you just, I don't know what. Yeah, you stomp down into it several times. It is your action.
That's my action. Fair enough. I will.
Would it have been your hasted action?
Could it have been?
Does haste have specific things that it can do?
Yeah,
It
does.
I can use an item. It's one attack. You can use a magic item.
I would say it was an action.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
That's
you still have your hasted stuff in your bonus.
Okay. Then I will attack this guy in front of me with the hasted action. Not advantage.
Not an advantage, but a 14 will still hit that. 13?
No, it's dexterity based. For 16 points of force damage.
It will take 16 points of force damage.
Will flurry of blows for 3 more.
All right.
$30, 22, 24.
Yeah, you start pummeling into them with these quick flurries. 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks. Woo. As this red glow in their eyes fades, and they drop to the ground.
Get the hands when they're dropped down. Get their hand. That'll be it.
All right. That will take us to this guy in the corner, still oozing around. Is going to take this opportunity to shoot Zom and do just 2 quick blasts from their hand. Zom at advantage, getting a 16 to hit.
Nope.
Against Dude, getting a 21.
Yes.
Dude finally gets
Hit me.
hit.
Hit me.
You take 23
You do
points.
have a +2 AC from haste. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah.
No.
Did that help?
Okay.
No, that just makes me a 20.
All right.
Oh, okay.
You take 23 points of necrotic damage.
All right, I'm gonna try and deflect energy.
Okay. Tell us about that.
So that is, I have to roll a D10.
As this bolt of dark energy, you just knock it
plus my
away.
monk. All right, so that negates it. 8
As you
plus my monk
negate it, as you
level,
quickly
plus dex.
pop it away.
I will spend a focus point to kind of grab this energy, swirl it around, and kind of like lightning bend Avatar, and shoot it back toward him.
As you just kind of grab it and pull it and throw it back at them. They make a dex save, right?
They make a dex save.
They got a 12.
That fails. That is it 2?
As you deflect their own bolt of dark energy back at them.
For 12 points.
They will take 12 points of damage as they are pummeled back into the corner.
That's my reaction.
That was your reaction. That will end their turn, taking us to Narrow.
We're going to try to slice this one's hands up and off.
All right, give me a... I will stay with a slicing motion. Your choice of sleight of hand or athletics. It'll be at advantage because they're prone.
Wait, +4 or athletics is -1. So we're going to go with sleight of hand.
All right.
Advantage.
Yes.
20.
Yeah, you quickly, 2 swipes of your scimitar cut this hand off.
All right. And then our little friend's going to fly up, and he's going to attack him.
All right.
The corner.
It's going to
Misses
miss.
the first one. 19, 26 for the second one.
Second attack as their hands are up like this dark energy about to grab a hold of your pet there.
For 8 force damage.
8 points of force damage as they drop to the ground. Anything else for Narrow?
No, because I don't think, because he took his action, so he can't tear the hand apart.
All right. That will take us to Elrian.
Is Sam still paralyzed?
He's about to not be.
Okay.
Oh, wait. So he wouldn't be anymore. Actually, yeah. It would have ended
Okay.
at the start of their last turn. Sorry.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna see. Elrian's not the best when it comes to stomping hands or slicing hands, so he's gonna try. Again, unsure if this is gonna work, but we're just gonna try to dispel magic the stuff on the hand, or like there's like symbols or runes or something on the hand.
It's a
What did it look
it's a
like?
tattoo.
A tattoo. That's what it was. He's gonna try to dispel magic the tattoo with his bonus action.
Absolutely. Give me an intelligence check.
All right.
With a 17, the tattoo suddenly bursts into flames as the entire body catches fire, rapidly incinerating them. As they are no more.
That didn't happen to the other guys. Wait a minute.
As we will hop out of combat there, finally. And with this, a moment or two passes as their connection is also lost. Bodies would quickly light ablaze and incinerate rapidly.
Mm.
Theirs was just slower because the magic was still
Okay.
vaguely lingering.
I got scared for a second. I was like, oh no. Not every day you see opponents that get up after dying several times.
I mean,
Well, it's not every day, but it's not super uncommon.
Hmm.
I mean, you do this as long as
as we have,
us
yeah.
League of Vengeance have been doing it.
Hmm. You must really get around.
Lately, yeah, you could say so.
Lately, a lot. We've been around Faerun quite a lot, so yeah, we've seen tons.
You said you were looking for us. Lustriel sent you?
Yes.
Oh. Well, you showed up just in time.
Yeah.
I'm Dexter. You can call me Dude though. We're friends after a battle like this, of course.
Hmm. Good.
I'm
That is
there.
very good.
This little guy, as he points to Rama, that's Rama.
Elrian turns to Rama, you said?
Yeah, as he points to the little iguana.
Okay. And Elrian turns, he just like nods. He like nods, eyes closed for just a second as he nods like in a very respectful and formal type of manner to the iguana.
And this big guy over here is Zom. He looks big and scary, but he's a big teddy bear. Don't let him scare you.
Kind of look up. How I'm gonna kind of walk up a little bit. How tall is your character? How tall is Zom?
Did I write it down? Or am I making it up again? About. I wrote it down. He is 6'8".
Elrian is 5'6". He's a
Yeah.
little guy. He's a little guy. So he stands looking at this figure just towering over him.
Yeah, Nero's about that 5'6", 5'7" too. So Sam is pretty fucking tall.
That was eventful.
Indeed.
Nero, what did you touch?
I didn't touch anything. I just entered the room and they appeared out of those curtains.
Oh, so it was an ambush.
All I heard was this ARP right there playing.
That's not creepy at all.
Not creepy at
I
all.
don't. Neither one of us had the true sight up, did we? Who?
Nero does.
I hear
Yeah, Nero has
Okay, I couldn't
the.
remember who cast it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I disagree.
And see
True-
invisibility, not true sight. But
Yeah.
Oh, see invisibility. Yeah, I do have it, but there's nothing inside of it.
yeah, I just couldn't remember who cast it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we could take
I
a look
disagree.
at it.
I think it was very creepy.
Well,
Very
that was
creepy indeed.
The whole area, yeah. Just all the vibes, even the elements. They're telling me that it's real spooky.
Mm. Mm.
Well, hopefully we don't have to stay here long. Oh, speaking of, can I focus on the rod pieces? Are we in the right place? Didn't even do that. We just assumed we were going in the right direction.
You can tell you're close.
Okay.
Would be.
Is it an up or a down, or do I don't know if I get how specific it really gets.
Yeah, I don't think it gets that specific. You know you're close.
All right. So we're in the right place.
Shall we check the other rooms, or we both should rest a little bit? Some of us are a little banged up.
Here. Jeff and I almost said TJ.
Larissa.
Larissa, I lost it completely. They're missing. We don't really have time to rest. So here.
Well,
And-
from what I saw, it was Jeff got sucked up by some shadows, and Larissa jumped in to save him.
All right,
And
Nero, you can have 35.
Larissa,
thanks.
she's got a good head on her shoulders. I think she'll be fine.
I mean,
That's
Well,
she's
if anybody can keep Jeff out of trouble, it's her.
I'm more worried
probably
about
yeah,
Jeff.
most likely. He's
jacked
always
it up
getting in
again.
trouble. Let's try to find that rod, and we can then find them and get out of here.
How have you
Let's
been
hope.
locating the previous ones?
Yeah, follow the creepy things.
Hmm. Makes
That is
sense.
The rod is power, and things are attracted to power. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
find
That
the
they are.
ring, we usually find the rod. I checked that room. It seemed pretty empty. Did anybody check this room?
Did not check
No.
that room. As you look across the darkened area there.
The door disappeared, but
As
yeah,
it
if the door
does.
opens, I would like to go in.
Yeah, as you open the door, inside you can see a mahogany desk faces the fireplace of this private library. Two overstuffed chairs fill the room's corners. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line the south wall. A rolling wooden ladder allows access to higher shelves within. Go and roll me a D8, D12.
D8 or D12?
D12.
Both. Maximum 12.
All right. There would also be kind of alongside the outer walls and edges. Looks like two armored figures standing against the windows to the north.
Two like suits of armor.
Yeah.
That's a, I mean, it's a common decoration. Library's not really where I'd normally see it, but
You'd see blood
Oh,
trickling
okay.
from one.
oh, that's different.
Yeah.
Oh god, okay.
It's a bad idea, but somebody's got to do it. I would like to go inspect, take a closer look at
You
the
did say
bleeding.
follow the creepy things.
Yep.
I would like to take a closer look at the bleeding statue, or the bleeding suit of armor.
Absolutely.
I don't
As
know
you-
where it is. I just moved.
As you inspect it, how are you inspecting? Are you like opening the helmet up, or?
I'm just gonna like tap on it and start looking at it. Like,
Yeah, as you tap on it, the helmet would open on its own. Actually, you know what? The helmet would open on its own as you tap on it, and it would be empty. Blood coming down. But you would see something. There's a body in there. There's just no head.
awkward. So it had a
A
response.
bloody, fresh body with no head. And with your keen perception, you can hear and feel the suits of armors both rumbling at the same time, as magical swords would appear in both their hands as they quick come to attention and ready themselves. Dark red energy would swirl around the suits of armor. And we're gonna go back into initiative. You know what it is.
That's right.
Do
You
these
got
feel like
advantage.
undead? Oh, yeah. Everybody can have advantage on this now.
Everyone does have advantage on this initiative.
As you will see, since you haven't seen it before, but the glaive on Psalm's back has a lion, like near the blade, as it it doesn't audibly roar, but its eyes kind of light up and alerts you of danger.
And as we are rolling initiative here. We're going to go ahead and take our little 5-10 minute break. And I would say those of you behind would hear clanking of metal coming from up and down the stairs. Don't worry, they're all rolling really bad initiative. Except for one.
That one, not that one.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
we are going to go ahead and take our little 5-10 minute break here, folks. So stick around, stay tuned. We'll be back in a few. Alrighty, folks, we are back in it. Last we left off in the death house. After meeting with someone sent to help you, Elrian. Meeting in the midst of a battle with 3 of these undying individuals seemed a little more involved than you anticipated at first, but you dispatch them nonetheless, eventually destroying their hand tattoos, or cutting their hands off, or dispelling them, all 3 ways. And continued your search once more, now missing both Dread and Larissa. You found a library, shelves of books, a well-lit fire, and a desk. 2 suits of armor stood by windows. Blood trickling down from one of them as Zom went to inspect, revealed it was a headless individual. Within, glowing swords emerged in their hands and kind of readying themselves for battle. We have rolled initiative once more, and we are back in it. As Dude, you're up first, as you would hear the clang of armor come from up the stairs and down the stairs.
At the start of my turn, I will attune to the elements.
Okay.
They're just a little bit gloomier than normal just 'cause of the environment, but dude is still cheerful. I will back up to the corner over here. Gather some electrical element in my hands and throw it over back here and do an elemental burst.
Trying not to get... How big is it? 15 feet?
It's a 20.
So you
So
would
shoot.
still get the... What is his name? Rama? Rana? Ranma? The iguana.
Can I throw it? Can I throw it down? Down the stairway?
You can't
So
see down there.
Okay.
You know what? Give me a acrobatics check for kind of lobbing this energy to have it explode beneath the stairs. Yeah, I'm gonna say so. As you quickly kick up this energy, it rolls. What kind of energy is it?
Lightning.
As this ball of lightning arcs down like a little depth charge and explodes and zaps up. Absolutely, why not? Dex saves.
Dex saves.
Surprisingly more dexterous than you would think. They got a 6 and a 10.
Both fail.
Yeah. I would say so.
Elemental burst.
Elemental bursting for 13 points of damage to each of these little crackle electricity, connecting with both of the railings along the stairs as well. Absolutely.
I will then run forward, and I will attack this guy with a flurry of blows, spending all the focus points.
Okay.
And on this first one, I will use an extra D8 for my charger. I forgot to do that last time.
As you rush forward,
21 hit.
21 will hit.
For
Ooh.
20 points of damage.
As you rush forward for 20 points of damage, slamming him back. Is it strength save?
Strength save. Yep, I'm gonna try and push him up the stairs. Or down.
You got a 23. He is not moving. This is a heavy
Not
suit of
moving.
armor.
All right. And I'm keeping it lightning.
All right.
Popping off with some lightning.
Popping. 24 will hit.
And a 22 to hit.
Yes, both those definitely hit.
Not the charger on this one. So just 9 on the first one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to turn this off. And another 9.
22 points of lightning damage, arcing and sizzling and just kind of crackling into it. You can hear it bouncing around on the inside of their armor. Yeah, that one's looking electrified.
Alrighty. That will do it for my turn.
All right, that will take us to... It's not going to go for an iguana. So this one's going to rush across the banister here and then getting behind almost to like flank you. Just in that position. The suit of armor. Sword in his hand. Actually, he'll fly over there. Just zooming. Sword swings out. Getting a 10 with its first attack.
Misses.
And an 8 with its second. We're back.
Out of the way.
Regular scheduled programming as before. This thing just whiffing as it flies over towards you. That will take us to Narrow. Narrow.
Muted. Just a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are going to use Conjure Barrage on these two in front.
Okay.
Of
As this explosion of arrows shoots forth from your bow. Yeah.
It's a dexterity save. They take half.
Minus
One
2.
failed.
17. Got a
Yeah,
10
minus
and-
2, so
10 and a
17.
20.
10 misses. 20 saves.
All right. As arrows puncture into the one to the left side of the desk. The one behind it and behind Zom takes half of that.
Alright, then Rama is going to attack this one right there.
Okay.
24.
24 absolutely hits, scratching into the armor.
for 7 force damage.
Alrighty.
And second attack, 16.
16 is gonna miss as it kind of brings its elbow, like a shoulder, in front to take the brunt of the damage, not affecting it much.
That'll be it.
Alright, that will take us back to Elrian. Well, not back to, but you know what
Try
I mean.
something. We're gonna try something. Not sure if it's gonna work. Let's see. I can. Hang on. Let me kind of use that up. Okay. So I can, from where I'm standing. Well, I might have to step out a little bit in order to see all 4 of them.
You can kind of see it,
Yeah, I'll
right?
go
If you look around the corner, you can see this guy.
Yeah. Because I do need to be able to see all 4 of them in order to try this. But if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But we're going to try it anyway. To try to target all 4 of them, I'm going to need to kind of use a 5th level spell slot because I'm going to try casting blindness at 5th level.
Okay. What does this look like as you cast it?
So, the visual I have in my mind, I guess, because it's a con save. I don't know, the way I have it in my mind might look more like it would be a deck save, but it's a con save.
Yeah, I
He
got
kind of
you.
like holds out his hand, and like these kind of like magical blindfold thingies kind of appear and just kind of like shoot out at their targets.
Absolutely.
Or even rather just appear just kind of in front of the visors. But either way, for each of them, it's a DC 18 con save.
As all 4 of them, it would seem these blindfolds wrap around their visors. The little glow emanating from around it. As now they look like cool ninja knights.
Ninja Knights.
Yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Knights, isn't that what they're called?
Yeah. I mean, it's what it says in the stat block, so
Right. It's canon.
we've canonized it.
Yeah. Anything else for Elrian?
So, no, that's all he's gonna try to do.
Alright.
Oh well. Yeah, he doesn't have too much in the way of his bonus actions. So yeah, that's gonna be it.
That will take us to the armor that is where the body is within. Quickly surges out with the sword towards Zam. Making one quick thrust, and another. Its sword gets stuck on the desk, so it rolls a nat 1, and then it quickly tries to swing outward, and its sword gets stuck on the desk again as it rolls another nat 1.
Oh man.
As it can't get the sword up.
Was it rolling at disadvantage because of the blindness, or did the blindness just not
It
go
seemed to
through? Because I didn't
not
see any saves go through.
it seemed to not affect it,
Dang. Okay.
as they don't need
Okay.
eyes to see. They have no eyes.
Okay. I just wasn't sure. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if these things would be immune to the blinded condition or not.
This is how we learn.
But
That will end its turn, taking us to Zam.
It's not immune to the flail condition. I am going to attack the one that just had a pitiful showing. Or the one that had the body in it. That's the one I'm going to focus.
Okay.
I guess I didn't look at the other one to determine whether or not it had one, but I'm going to focus the one that was the most creepy and attack its joints. Public automatic. 23.
23 will hit.
And because I can and I've never done it, my
Yeah.
newfound retrain ability,
Yeah.
I'm going to add just a first level smite on it.
Oh, what does your smite look like? Is it more this like
It's-
fiery anger?
It's like my sacred flame, but like an after effect. So
Okay.
I hit them, and then there's like a sacred flame underneath them. An
Gotcha.
explosion of... So regular damage. I did remember to check that. So 18 plus probably 2d8. I don't know. Are they undead?
They are
or
not undead.
unfortunate? So and another 13 radiant damage. So
Still 31.
16 radiant and 15 bludgeoning.
18 bludgeoning. Oh, because that. I got you. I
3
got
death
you.
radiant.
Gotcha. As you smash into it, that radiant light kind of flickers and almost... You would imagine it would kind of gong out a second time, but there is something in this armor. But you still crumple into it pretty darn good. Anything else for Zom?
They are not undead. I could bonus action some of that fun stuff, but I don't need it. Ooh, I gotta remember I can do that now. Paladin things. No, I think I'm good for a bonus action for now. So I will just maintain this position. I don't know, how's the desk situated? Am I in the best spot to, if I'm standing here, or
I mean,
if I step over one? I want to keep make them as inconvenient to get to everybody else as possible. So I don't know if this square is.
I mean, like, it might be one of those things if you're trying to, like, keep them, like, running across the desk. That might be a little better here. But it's about the same.
Yeah, I didn't figure it really mattered. That guy had a hard time when I was standing here. Maybe the desk is right where I need it to be.
Yeah, exactly. Fair enough. That will take us to the horrors both. We'll do the one next to Zom since we're already looking over in that direction. The other one, instead of trying to raise its sword up, swings its sword around over its head to try to slam down onto you, Zom. Getting a nat 20 to hit.
Jeez,
Ooh.
you've crit me today.
Second time. Rolling a lot of ones, too. As Zom, you take 12 points of slashing damage and 11 points of force damage.
Well, I'll take 7 points of slashing damage.
Yep, 7 slashing, 11 force. As it conks down onto your shoulder. And once again, just lifts up and then goes for a side swipe. Getting a 10 to hit.
Nope.
It bashes into your shield. Taking us to the other one down by Dude. Dude, this one will kind of raise up and fly up maybe 5 or so feet, and then try and slam down with his sword like a quick impalement towards you.
Bring it on.
As he flies down, gets a 16 to hit.
Misses.
As he misses, you just kind of quickly dodge up with your feet. It slashes upward. Getting a nat 1. I've rolled more nat 1s tonight than ever.
Yeah.
That will take us to your turn, Dude. As this thing, electricity is kind of keeping it zapping still a little bit, residual.
Well, I gave you a chance. I'm gonna hit him. I'm not gonna try and push him though, because I don't want to move. 16 to hit.
16 misses.
26 to hit.
26 hits. Lightning arcs around its body for 12 points. The lightning just kind of caresses all of it, as you would see the red light within the armor flicker and fade as it crumples, as it keeps doing that with all of them. They're all dead now. Just had to kill one.
Joke, Venomous style.
Yeah.
You just had to go.
Dead weight. Nice.
Anything else for Dude?
Oh, I thought I killed them all.
What a big
No, that was a joke.
I was just like standing there.
I'll say you would see all the lights in each of them flicker for a moment, sure. But they're still all there.
I turn to this one behind me, and I will do a flurry on him.
All right, flurrying away. Ooh, 13.
13 misses.
Miss. 28 is going to be a hit.
And the last one,
17 also misses. As this one seems a little more deft at dodging your electricity, but still for max damage on the one.
16 points of lightning.
It will take 16 points of lightning damage.
I'll try and push him though, into the corner.
Sure. Got a 16.
That saves.
All right, yeah, they're sturdy suits of armor.
And that'll do it for my turn.
It'll take us to this helmed horror as it quickly makes one large sweep with its great sword. First attack will go against Dude. Second attack will go against the lizard. Didn't realize it was a threat at first. Dude getting a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Dude takes 9 slashing and 8 force damage.
I will deflect it. Attempt to. I deflect 22 points.
You deflect all of it. And as you quickly almost pushing its sword closer to the lizard, still in that same swing motion, getting an 18 to hit Nero's friend.
It hits.
As they take 10 slashing and 2 force damage. Total of 12. Which will take us to your turn, Nero.
We're going to cast Hunter's Mark on this one right there.
Okay.
As a bonus action. And then we're going to attack it with a bow. Where the hell is longbow? Not 20.
Gonna say that just this once for Nero will hit.
I don't know. Let's see. Make sure I have Hunter's Mark on.
Yeah.
And I do have Piercer for, let's see. Was it?
There is 1 on the d6, but so that's not the force damage.
And it's critical when it deals piercing to can roll an additional
You roll an
damage
additional-
die,
Yeah, so additional d8.
an additional d8.
For 26 points of damage as the arrow pierces into the chest of plate of this armor. It is looking rough. You'd also see a lot of
do it.
blood expelling out of its body.
Gonna do another one.
Alright. Gonna freaking do it again.
20.
Just
frickin'
hits.
Founded boys.
For 12.
For
Points of damage.
12 as the other arrow goes right under its in the armpit, and you hear this clanking as it also flickers and powers down. Magic fades. The sword disperses. It clatters to the ground.
They didn't have real swords.
No, they're illusory.
And then Rambash just moves there, and that'll be it.
Alright, taking us to Elrian.
Okay. Should still be able to kind of see that guy if I peek around the corner.
Yeah.
We're gonna, you know what? We're not gonna try any more experiments. We're just gonna go with the tried and true. We're just gonna scorching ray this guy at 4th
Alright.
level.
Scorching Ray at 4th level.
It's gonna be 5 rays in total.
Yeah.
So here's the first. Oh, what the?
It should ask you what level, and it will automatically do all 5.
Oh,
It should.
4th. Okay. Well, let's see what happens.
It
There they
did.
are.
As only 2 of them hit.
Yeah, I didn't figure that many of them would. So let's see. We'll just. That's one of them.
11 and 8, 19 points of fire damage. Still not bad, as 3 of them kind of bounce against it. The 2 of them would land true and scorch holes into the armor.
It's in the armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the armor's getting messed up.
God, you're killing a
The
resource.
armor is getting messed up indeed.
Yeah.
That should be all of it. Yeah, that's my
Alright.
turn.
That will take us to the dead guy. And then Zom. Zom, what's up? What's cooking?
That guy doesn't get to act. So,
Unfortunately. This time.
well,
This
No.
time around.
now the desk is in my way, so I'm going to sidestep over.
That desk has been a real thing in combat, I tell you. It's been a whole member.
And then I will continue attacking the joints with a flail. 21.
21 hits.
This guy has not been hit yet.
He
correct?
has. He has been
Oh,
hit.
he's exactly.
He took, I don't remember what though, from the arrows from Nero, from originally.
It was 19.
The conjure.
Barrage.
It was around 19.
Yeah. I will use a first level slot, which is my bonus action.
Yes.
I gotta remember that. Let's see. Check, is it down here? Divine Strike. Divine Smite. Oh, that's just the bonus Divine Smite down there.
Yeah, you have
Oh,
to roll the divine
I'll
smite
have to roll
separately.
Different. Yeah, so 20 points of damage plus 2d8 plus another 6.
Alright, we'll take 26 points of damage as crumpling into the armor itself. This one sounds more hollow when you hit it.
The smite was my bonus action, so I'm in a good spot.
Alright, that will take us to its turn as it pushes against the desk, just swings out wide towards you. Getting a 9 with its first attack. As you just kind of back up, it can't quite reach you from using the desk. It will fly upward and land or hover right there above the fireplace and try and swing down to strike down below, getting a 19 to hit.
I will miss.
As you quickly deflect it with your shield, that will take us to Dexter. Dude.
Right. Let's just pummel on this guy. Keep it up with the lightning.
Oh,
Let's
dude.
keep on going.
Pummeling away with lightning arcing around.
19.
19 misses.
Just barely.
Just barely. 28. You rolled a lot of 28s today. That will hit for sure. Yeah,
Max
for
damage.
16 as lightning arcs across the red lights within flicker and fade as it stumbles around and lands against the fireplace there.
All right. I will run into the room. Well, not run. I'll actually take 2 steps and then Superman into the room, flying in on a gust of wind. And just
Give me an
double-
acrobatics check to get through. I mean, they're 2 elves, but they're still blocking the door.
You can cost me.
Sorry.
I have so many movement.
Oh, you're good.
21.
21, you are good. You thread that needle through the door.
2 fists, bonus action, just 1 attack.
All right.
But if I do hit, I do get to use Charger.
Yes.
30 to hit.
30 will absolutely hit. 14.
Lightning.
Lightning damage as you arc across like lightning yourself.
That'll do it for my turn.
Will take us to Nero.
Gonna move the Hunter's Mark on this one,
All right.
and we're gonna shoot with the bow. Not one, of course,
Ooh.
for the first attack.
As it catches your arrow in its other hand and just crunches.
And 13.
Meh.
13 with your second one. It
I use my reaction to make it a 23.
absolutely you can.
I will, I don't know, check. I'll hit it in the knee with my shield as it leans in and gets shot in the
Yes,
chest.
yes, absolutely.
All right, then let's.
For
With
13 points of damage as you shoot it in the chest. It still levitating for a moment, flickers and then clatters to the ground with a loud thud of metal echoing throughout. And we'll hop out of combat.
I go to the one that had something in it and
Absolutely.
start trying to doff the armor.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. What are the rest of you guys doing as the armors lay crumpled in place?
I would look all the books, see if there's anything useful.
Absolutely. Anything from the others?
I checked the books too,
Okay.
and
Look like you like books. Nothing against it. I'm just saying you look like
that
you
I
like
do.
books.
They're quite wonderful.
I'll start putting pieces of armor in a bag of holding.
Okay, they are crumpled, but
Hey,
they're metal.
there's enough of them I might be able to sell
Scrap metal.
some of it.
Yeah.
Someone who knows what they're doing can put it back together, and we have to work off $1,000 debt.
That is true.
Oh, that's true.
Where
I
did you
forgot
get the
about that
puzzle?
one.
Where did you get 1,000 debt from?
Don't worry about
The
it.
dude's wearing it around his neck.
He smiles and gives you a thumbs up. Hey, makes me a little more hardy.
May I have a closer look?
Oh, of course. Leans forward. It's an amulet of health. Makes my
Yes.
con
It's-
score.
It's pretty well made. I almost considered getting one myself. I might
It's,
still one day.
It's pretty
Good
useful.
choice. Good choice. As Elrian
Well-
gives you a nod and goes back to what he was doing.
I'd say Elrian and Nero give me an investigation check as you're searching through these books. And Zom, give me a medicine check.
Skills. Where are we? Here you are.
23.
Did that do it?
Okay. Yeah, that did it.
Yep, you rolled well right there. I guess he has a
As
plus.
you guys are looking through these books, it seems more informative about the history of the city here. So some of it's interesting, or the life in Barovia, but there's also a lot of like records of grain being sold and accounting stuff. The occasional book on, fairy tale and things like that. Nothing really honestly interesting. But as Nero and Elrian are kind of perusing the books together, one stands out to you. A fake book that is a red-covered book with a blank spine. This is clearly a fake.
Able to pick it up, or is it like bolted to the?
What'd you say, Elrian?
I said I'm gonna pull on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to pick it up.
You pull on it. It's a lever as a door opens up. Into darkness beyond. Inside are more books and a thick, heavy chest in the corner.
Hmm.
Please tell me the chest is not ornate as he peers around the corner.
It looks to be just like a iron reinforced wood chest. Nothing super fancy, but it definitely seems like a heavy chest.
Does it appear to be locked? Does it
Not
appear to have a padlock?
not from here.
No, but when I see a padlock on it.
You don't see one from here.
Okay.
I'm gonna be a brave boy and approach it.
Right.
Bend down and see if I can open it.
Yeah. The lid opens easily enough. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw, Elrian.
Mm-hmm.
as you take 4 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
Roll 20.
As you would take 11 points of poison damage and resist whatever. Actually, you know what? Nat 20, you take no poison damage. It's just a little dart. Like, you're fine.
Ow.
The chest opens up easily enough.
And make sure you check things for traps.
It's too late. He already got pricked by a dart.
No.
The risk is often worth the reward, he says as he pulls the thing out, tosses it aside, and searches through the chest.
There are neatly stacked 3 books with black leather covers and 3 scrolls within.
Definitely gonna try to have a look at the scrolls first.
You can give me a religion check.
I
Religion.
lean over and whisper to Nero, "Hey, we should have him pick up any shiny gems we find on the ground, huh?"
Yeah, probably should.
You would only be familiar with one of these spells. One of them is the Bless spell. The others seem more divine in nature, but you're not familiar with them. They're a little higher learning for the devout.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand up with these. I guess I'll take the books as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand the scrolls to Zom.
Zom is in the middle of inspecting this, and as you're piecing off this armor with a 23. You see a heavily scarred and bloody body, decapitated. You recognize these scars. This is a headless Dread.
Fuck.
We have to hurry.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Is that really?
I seen the same thing.
Yeah, is that really him?
Well,
Or are we?
does Zom tell them? He's the one inspecting it. You guys been busy.
Not directly. I'm just going to stop what I'm doing and like start to walk out and say we have to find Larissa. Ah, crap! I dropped myself on top of him.
Let's get going, guys.
We have to find Larissa now.
Alright, let's get going.
Yeah. But as you
Let's go
start
do-
to head out, Elrian does hand Zom some scrolls.
I take a cursory glance, but
You would
I'm a
immediately
little
recognize what they are.
busy at the moment. Bless. Pro poison. Yeah, that would have been useful 2 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
And a spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm. And the books that you get, Elrian, are blank. There were other books in there as well that you did not look at also
No.
on the shelves.
Dang.
It's not too late.
Nero was in there the whole time as
Are
well.
we sure we don't? Are we sure we don't have time to continue to investigate this room further? I wasn't quite done in there. I just wanted to hand you the scrolls.
No, we need to find Larissa before it happens to her as well.
What happened? What happens?
Before what happens to her?
One of those suits of armor wasn't empty.
Yes, I
Okay.
could tell that with the blood that was spattering out of it.
Yeah, well, it was fresh blood. It was our blood. It was Jeff.
Wait.
You mean
No.
It can be.
Whatever's going on here is much worse than we anticipated.
I'll run over to the armor and try and look at the body, examine it. see if I recognize it too.
I'd say it would take a moment because it's been so mutilated. But this is the body of Jeffrey. No head, but the scars, you've seen those scars before on Jeffrey.
For a moment, looks like dude kind of loses himself a bit. It's a blank look on his face. Loses that always happy smile. And then quickly collects himself. Alright. He's in a better place. I don't know. Yeah, we gotta get
Probably.
going. We gotta stop whatever happened.
Yeah.
We gotta
Nice.
find Larissa, but I think the one before we get out of here, we probably should take his body and get it back to Neverwinter. It'd be the least to at least get him back to
I
a town he's so adamantly
I
protected.
do have a spell that can protect the body from decay and necromancy, but it will take me some time to cast it. I don't know if we have that kind of time.
We don't have that time right now.
We can always do it later. Sam, is he gonna fit in the bag?
Yeah, you could fit if you wanted to.
Yeah. Not easily, but sure.
If you feel like handling Dread's body, you absolutely can. Notably,
Okay.
none of his equipment is with him.
Just the body.
Just the body.
That's weird. Can I make an insight check just on the vibes of the body? Like, I just want to make sure it's really him.
Give me it'd be a medicine to correctly identify the body. Zom seems certain. Yeah.
18?
Yeah, you remember one of these scars along his elbow that he was talking about how he got it from this guy that was trying to poison the local tavern. Kept feeding the rats. You get several bite marks of rat bites on his elbow.
Remember that story. Help Sam get him in the bag.
It was the Mad Ratter.
Hero of Neverwinter.
As you place his
Hero
body in the bag.
Hero they didn't need or deserve, but got.
Or want.
Or what? Definitely.
Jeez,
Hey,
I think
they-
we're
that
about
has
to
to be the
earn the
saddest
title.
summary of someone's life I've heard.
Jeff knows.
I think we're about to earn the title League of Vengeance.
Ooh.
Let's get going, guys.
Let's
As you head out to the stairwell. Where are you going? Down? Up?
Downstairs.
We
Oh,
came
we
from
could go back up?
downstairs.
There is more
Let's
up.
go back up.
There's a third floor.
Didn't we? We've 1, 2. Now we go to 3.
You're on floor
We
2.
started on 1, right?
Yes. This way goes
go.
down. This goes up.
We don't
Let's
need to
go
go
back
back.
up.
Where is? What's Sarasunda? She seems to have ditched us in all the commotion. I might have some words for her if we find her again, but up the stairs.
All right. As you...
follow.
She ran up here. That's why we came up here, right?
No, she was following you. You guys went up here and she followed. Or you assumed she
She was
was
trying to get
following.
away, and we followed her, and then she decided she wasn't going to have this argument.
Yep. As you head up at the top of a red marble staircase, a balcony with a suit of black plate armor standing against one wall, and I will transport
Flip it
you
over.
elsewhere. We're gonna do a little transportation.
Doodly 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 doo.
Let me get my camera too, why not? Well lit interior. You would come up the stairs here. I don't know what order you guys are coming in, but there does appear a door.
Elrigan would definitely want to be closer to the back.
Yeah, there would be doors to the south and southwest, and looks like doors, two doors along a little corridor to the north.
Gonna take a deep breath and go inspect this statue. And by statue, I mean suit of armor.
Okay.
An arrow would notch an arrow in case anything happens with that statue.
There is nothing in this statue. It's not. It's just it's an ornate suit of armor. Very. I wouldn't even call it usable. It's more ornamental, and honestly, not that valuable. It seems to be one of the least expensive pieces you've seen. The other ones were probably more valuable when before they were banged up.
I'm going to take out a little bit of frustration and smash it.
Sure.
Pretty.
Do that.
It dents
Nah.
in real quick and real easy. It is flimsy, like aluminum.
Walk
Let's-
forward. My hand on your shoulder. Reach up. It's all right. We just gotta get through this.
We've got to find her. And I will just move to a door and not even subtly. I'm just going to kick it open.
All right. Which door?
I went straight down.
All right, to the
I
south.
probably should check before I click on it.
No, you're good. This opening up, this bedroom contains a large bed. Looks to be 2 nightstands and a large mirror. You do see double door fitted with stained glass windows, kind of opens to a balcony on the south. One of the nightstands here has been knocked over. And one of the windows has been smashed.
I assume we've all come to the balcony by now.
Follows
I'm
on
gonna
the
go.
room.
See
Inside,
what I can
as you
smash.
enter
Head toward-
into to see the room fully, you would see. I lost it. Lost it. In the corner, the remnants of a deadly battle lie in the corner of the chamber. Broken bits of furniture. See scattered weapons. 2 bodies shrouded in white robes. Sarasundra kneels in one corner, wrapping linen bandage around her leg. She startles at your intrusion, and then quickly relaxes. It is good of you to have come. As she relaxes and straightens up. Zom and Dude, roll me a d6.
Six.
Great. As the skull pops up off of one of these dead bodies and ignites in horrible green fire, while the other one becomes bone white and immediately animate. We're gonna roll initiative
Hands.
yet again.
Yeah.
Good news is this one can't come back. As you guys roll initiative real quick. Elrian, you do have advantage on this if you want it.
I do?
You do?
Always.
When we're close to Zamwe, we got to
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Zamwe get initiative advantage.
My glaive will alert you of
Hey,
danger.
one more. I forget about that. That'll take some getting used to for sure.
It does for sure. But with that, this flame skull, you would see it chitter and chatter as it explodes in fire, and a little bead of fire would start to emanate out of its mouth in the corner where Nero is. Does it cast Fireball?
Oh god.
I'm gonna spend my reaction, and I'm going to cast Counterspell.
All right. As this bead of fire, greenish fire, starts shooting out, you quickly waft away as the bead clatters to the ground, and it's just a tooth.
I think it gets a con save actually
Oh, that's right.
in the 2024
Yep,
rules.
you're
It gets a con
absolutely
save.
right. Yep.
Do you get anything fancy?
It got a
being wizard?
19.
That saves. We tried.
As the
You
tooth
don't get a
clatters to the
bonus
ground, it
anymore?
reignites and rolls over and explodes under Nero's feet. I need everyone to give me a dex save. Even
You
Sarah
just don't
Sonder.
spend- You just don't spend a slot because it failed. Yeah.
30-20.
Oh, my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I don't
I
spend a
fucking,
slot.
of course. I get a 4 and I get a +9.
On the plus side, I do get resistance to damage from spells.
Mm-hmm.
But
Those of you who rolled I believe, 13 or higher, which is
Hey,
everyone,
13.
you only take 12 points of fire damage. Elrian, you take 6.
And
Mhm.
takes 0.
Dude takes 0.
evasion.
So it's not a lot. Sarasunda, she should roll a dex save. Sarasanda evades most of it as well.
The other enemy.
The other enemy seems resistant to it.
Hey, half of half is still some.
As they will take half of half.
Trying to think if I cast Counterspell, but it didn't expend a slot, so Arcane Ward wouldn't have regained that. So my Arcane Ward should have 2 hit points left right now. Yeah.
Your counterspell didn't expend a slot?
I believe that is how the new Counterspell works when
It doesn't
work.
it doesn't
Not-
expend their slot if it works. It still expends your
No,
slot.
That's right.
I thought it was
Okay.
that's what he got for being an abjuration
Okay.
wizard. I thought that was his subclass.
Oh, maybe.
Wait, yeah, because I thought that sounded familiar. Let me double check though. Let me double check.
You get the
Shit.
Spellbreaker.
You can cast him as a bonus action. You add your proficiency bonus to the
Oh
ability
yeah,
check.
if it
If it
fails to stop the
fails-
spell, it doesn't
Nice.
extend the slot. Good
Very
catch.
nice.
Good
Very
catch.
nice.
I forgot that.
That will take us to Narrow.
You
Gonna
only add your
move.
proficiency to dispel now because you don't roll counter anymore. That hurts.
Yeah, we're gonna move on to his mark on that little skull down there.
All right, and give me a Constitution save real quick. DC's just 10.
I mean, I can't lose concentration on the.
You can't lose concentration. Never mind then.
I can't lose concentration for being damaged anymore.
Right. I also need a dex save before I forget from your pet.
All right.
It's good.
Not 20.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah. All right. Hunter's mark onto the skull.
All right, then let's do. Not one, of course.
Because you rolled a nat 20 on the dex save.
Yeah. All right. And the second attack. 23
Absolutely hits this skull of fire.
for 17.
It will take 17 points of damage.
Yeah, we're
Anything
just
else
gonna
for
move
now?
right around the corner, and that'll be it.
All right. Taking us to Dude.
It has not been 10 minutes since we fought the armor, has it?
Roll me a d10. And we're going to add 5 to it. You got 1 minute left.
Hey, it's enough. From where I'm standing then, I will reach out and just try and slap down on the skull with a just like really cold biting wind.
All right. I
16 to hit.
didn't get this dude's initiative in.
He'll be dead before you
16
can use
does hit.
And second attack, 15 to hit.
15 does hit.
For 9 points of cold damage
Ooh, cold.
and 14 points of cold damage.
For 23 points of cold damage as cold wisps around. It seems resistant to that.
I don't like that. Bonus action, one more. And it's a thunderous boom.
Okay.
8 points of thunder damage.
It seems resistant to that as well.
Come on.
Damn.
All right, it's my turn.
That will take us to Sarasanda, this woman who you have yet to meet, Elrian. But she quickly pulls out a sword and stabs forward,
Oh, it's a lot of dice.
missing. Don't worry, she's gonna slap forward again. As she stabs through the chest of this creature, of this guy, falls down. Kind of clutching her leg as she winces. Quickly, stop that one. And points towards the flame skull, which will take us to Elrian.
I have a lot of stuff that does fire damage. I'm realizing.
It's a common theme.
Yeah, we're gonna just spend a second level spell slot and we're gonna cast blindness on it. See if that
Okay.
works. It's a
Fair
con
enough.
save DC
It is a
18 if
con
that
save.
affects it.
Has resistance. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, you would see this blindfold cover its eyes as the fire would start to flicker around.
It's also immune to blinded
No,
condition.
it is not immune.
Okay,
Not at all. It is now blinded.
it is blinded. It.
You would see its
All
its
right.
form start looking around, like if you know, you can imagine.
Yeah,
There's an arcane blindfold on it.
Yeah.
just an arcane blindfold. All right, that's gonna be my turn.
All right. Good turn. Taking us as blindness is such a great spell.
I love it when it works.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would work on the animated armor, but I figure like you know what I don't know, and I'm not gonna metagame, so I'm gonna try it anyway.
Fair enough.
Get out the dagger I got from Jeff when we traded knives.
All
And I'm
right.
going to stab that guy in the tattoo, right in the hand.
All right. Destroying the tattoo. Give me an attack roll.
Advantage because he's prone.
Advantage because it's prone.
Advantage, I'm just going to roll the flail. That doesn't change anything.
Well, damage.
26. Yeah, well, do I need to do damage?
Yeah.
Well, where's my dagger? Probably deleted it because I gave him the good one. Nope, there it is. 26 to hit. 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Can still see bits and marks and a little bit of sizzling from the rune on the hand there.
I will burn a war priest charge and stab it again.
Okay.
Using the dagger this time, which is
Using the real dagger.
Somewhere in this mess of abilities. 22.
That will definitely hit it. I think your minimum is enough. Yeah, your minimum would be just enough to destroy the tattoo as fire erupts and ignites around it. They disperse, ash in place. Anything else for Zom?
Step up between it and everybody.
Okay. At which point it is going to take it to its turn. This guy is going to... You have to see with magic missile?
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna just its mouth would open and chitter, and it is going to, you would see rays of fire just spark out wildly. Zom, you're closest.
Yep.
And so it'll be disadvantage, and it'll Sarasanda. Disadvantage. Zom getting a 7. Sarasunda getting a nat 1. Takes us to Nara.
He's gonna move. He's gonna throw an arrow at the skull.
It does. I think it remakes the save at the end of each of its turns.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, otherwise it would be an advantage.
Yeah.
It did get an 18 on its save.
Then yeah,
So
the blinded
it's
condition
no
is
longer
ended.
blinded, but he still hit it with a 23.
Yeah.
16.
It will take 16
First
points of
attack.
damage as the blindfold disappears. Its eyes finally see as it looks around towards its target's arrow straight into one of its eye sockets. As it kind of drifts down a little bit, it is still up, but very badly hurt for a
Second
skull.
attack.
Ooh,
13.
13. Just hits.
For 11.
The second one goes straight into like the nose hole as the skull flickers and flame sputters around as the bones clatter to the ground. And we'll hop out of combat.
Stomp the skull, just to confirm.
Absolutely. Stomping the skull, Sarasunda looks around. Oh, good. I thought I had killed them. What? You have someone new here.
Yes.
I had found 2 of them.
Oh, the cultists.
Yes.
Yes, well. We found a few as well. And we've lost a few as well.
I am sorry. Where did you find them?
Downstairs.
We're in the hop room. Where
Yeah.
you were with us. right before it happened.
You conservatory.
I was looking around and I saw. I don't know, I thought I saw something outside. I went to go inspect it. Blasted mists. I thought I saw something running too. And then I found myself walking through a window. I do not understand. No, I came through a window when I went out through a door. And she'll look to Elrian. I'm sorry, I'm Sersunda Alistair.
Elrian.
It was good to meet you. You can see she's pretty badly wounded.
Mhm.
Have you found anything else? Any leads?
Then destroy
Not
the
so
hand?
far.
No.
I
What happened in here?
Well, they ambushed me. Or perhaps I ambushed them. It is hard to say. I think they got a little too close. Let's say, Zom, give me an insight check.
At advantage.
17.
With a 17, looking at her, you can tell she's more than just wounded. Her pride is also wounded.
I'm sure next time, nothing will get the drop on you.
If there is a next time. And she just
I'm
kind
sure
of breathes heavy.
Alright, well, Larissa nor the rod piece in this room, so.
What is in this room? 2 doors?
This is, there's a door going out to a balcony you can see through the stained glass. And another door that you cannot see through. Just simple wooden door. But it seems like a mess has been made of this place.
This
Should I
place
open
looked a mess
the
when you
door,
got here.
Sam?
To the one we can't see, you might as well.
There was a mess when I came in.
Well,
Don't
room's half on
understand.
fire too.
Here, would open the door right here.
In the door you can see a... What looks to be a small nursery.
Go in and look around. Is there anything?
There's a window overlooking the curtains would be just barely open to see a balcony beyond. But other than that, this room is empty.
Empty. And the bed is empty too. There's no thing sitting in there.
There's no baby in there.
It'd be really
Alright.
weird if there was.
It is very empty.
It's just an empty nursery. Let's keep moving.
I would say with your keen
No.
perception, though, Nero, you notice other footsteps that are not Sarasanda's or the enemies she was tangling with before.
Going in, going out.
Just going around. A scuffle. Rainwater on the floor, broken window.
One of you guys should try to see if there's invisibility. I don't think I can. I don't think I see it anymore. I think it's probably been
Been
about
an
an
hour?
hour. I mean, I did it right before the fight downstairs, so would be still being
You still got, like, we'll say, like 10 minutes on it.
Okay.
okay. Would I see anything?
Nothing invisible sticks out.
I'll
Just-
open the balcony door and go outside.
Yeah. Going out to the balcony, you can't see more than 2 feet over the balcony as a thick fog swirling around. Try and look up. You can barely see the moonlight overhead. And it's not raining anymore?
There's
Place is spooky.
something else in there, but
You would see... Actually, give me a perception check. As you're looking out there on the balcony.
16.
16, that's good enough. Yeah, you would see that there is... Up above... There's a 4th floor. Or at least there's windows up there.
Any lights?
There would be no light that you can see coming from the windows.
Well, looks like there's another floor. And the stairs kept on going up too?
The
Or
stairs
the
did not keep going up. The spiral staircase terminated at the top of the 3rd floor.
Gotta find a way up.
We should try to find another way up. Yes.
3.
You know any magic spells to make you fly?
That I do, actually. How many of us are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'd rather
then-
climb than fly, but
Well, the fewer of us have to fly, the better.
Let's try and find a way inside first. I was just asking, just in case.
Very well.
Can we look around this room for, I don't want to call them scorch marks, but, signs of eldritch blasts hitting the walls?
Yeah, give me an investigation check. And you start
Big old
diligently searching around.
I mean, dude, I could probably send a Rama flying around the place, see if we can find anything.
I get a real bad feeling from that fog.
Some you're uncertain.
Yeah, let's see.
She wasn't in here.
Yeah. You don't see any signs of her blasting. Sarah Sundra will lean and kind of look into the fire, almost contemplative. She's pretty badly wounded herself. I will catch up. If you see something, just go. I will come to assist.
Dude gives her a smile. Stay safe.
Yeah, Nero's gonna mutter in Elvish. Yeah, of course, like you did downstairs.
She would look to you. I was taking care of my own business up here. Happened at the same time, I would assume.
If you're not going to come with us. Here. How do I feel? You know what? She can have it too. This
Go out
house
to
is
try to heal her.
dangerous. Yep.
She'll kind of hold her hand out. I will be fine. I just need to catch my breath.
This house is dangerous. Already taken one. I don't know if alone is the best bet, but it is your decision.
Just for better area. We will... A confrontation. You find something, come find me.
Sounds like we need to go up, but we don't know the way up. The stairs have ended.
See, check the other doors. Maybe there's another secret door with a secret staircase.
To figure it
Or
out
we
now.
could try flying.
It has a nursery. Would the nursery be adjacent to the master, or is there a... This house seems pretty hoity. There's probably like
Now, this
a bigger room somewhere.
This is some sort of suite, but it's not a master by any means.
Probably like a ladyship chambers or something.
Yeah, it's a nursemaid suite. Take care of the baby. Away from us.
Maybe there's something in the masters. Though we have found one secret door already. It could
That we
literally be anywhere.
And what was behind that?
Books.
Chest with a poison dart in it, and some scrolls and some empty books.
Probably demon worship.
They were not demonic scrolls, but
They were empty books too, so
Empty
We
books
should-
to probably
they were-
write demonic
Nero,
words
did
on
you
them.
look at the books?
I'm gonna go through these. I'm gonna have a look at these books, and
There are 3 blank books.
yeah,
Are they blank? Can
'Cause
Nero read them?
Nero cannot read them because they are
Okay.
blank.
Not invisible script.
They are truly
Um.
blank. They're worth coin to kind of use as a blank book.
A book or something.
That's those fancy books that you save for
Yeah.
a special occasion that never comes up.
Black leather bound plain books.
Wow.
Well, be safe.
Alright.
Someone was hiding them for a reason, but I don't know what that reason was.
let's continue forward. Open that door beside us.
We'll look for a way up. If you find a way up, you can
I
let us
will.
know as well.
Let them know as soon as I catch my breath. I won't be far, I promise.
Be safe. I'll try.
You
and
as
open this
well.
door.
Yeah, that door opens easily. It would be a closet. Dusty shelves lining this wall. Shelves hold old linens and other household goods, mostly linens.
I'll just go in there and sweep them all off the shelves onto the floor.
Okay. Just all the linens slide onto the floor. Billow of
Nothing.
dust.
Nothing in here.
Alright.
To
Which door should we open? North or south?
both.
First one.
Alright, there's an open that one.
As you open the north door, inside is the master suite. Burgundy drapes cover the windows of this large bedroom. Furnishings include a 4-poster bed, matching pair of wardrobes, and a vanity with a jewelry box. See a portrait of a man and a woman hanging above the fireplace. You see a small parlor in the southwest corner containing just a table and 2 chairs. There's also a small dumbwaiter door. This room
Just
is
real
pretty well
quick.
lit as well.
Just real quick, I'm just gonna look up into the closet and look up at the ceiling. No attic access or anything, like a trapdoor.
Looking up, yeah, no pull down attic access.
Okay.
Any
investigate the room to see if there is a secret.
What are you
Access?
What are you looking? Where are you looking? And what are you looking? Yeah,
See,
just where are you looking?
looking for maybe a secret door near the bed, or really, I guess, just anywhere in the room.
All right, going to search the bed. What's everyone else doing while he's looking around the bed area?
any tracks like I found in the other room?
Give me a perception check.
Not 20.
Nat 20. Not a single track in here. Which, the weird part is, like, all the lights are lit, but there's not a trace of anyone ever having been in this room. Ever. Does not look lived in. It is barren of tracks.
Something strange in this room, guys.
I would say glancing around, there's a glint a nice jewelry box on the vanity. Got a silver and gold filigree.
I'm gonna go look at this dumbwaiter, see if it goes up.
The dumbwaiter does not go up. As you open it up, kind of poke your head inside. You don't fit, but your head does. You poke in. Looks like it goes down a couple floors.
Okay. And the dumbwaiter, it's down here.
It's this
Where
thing
is
on
it?
the wall there.
Okay.
It's a small little, goes from the kitchen.
We got a door.
Opening the door goes to an empty closet. Like nothing in it.
I bang on the walls to see if I.
Yeah, you
Oh,
bang
they
on the
stone
wall.
They look like
Hollow.
stone walls.
Elrian, nothing under the bed, nothing behind the bed, nothing in the bed. It's empty.
Mhm. Fireplace, perhaps?
Careful with the fireplace.
Yeah, watch out for shadows.
Warm fire burning from the
Fair
hearth.
point. A
Open
warm
it.
fire, and yet no one's been in here.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah. Seems like it's never been used. They would look at the there. Like you said, there was a little box with.
There's a small jewelry box, silver and gold. Dude opens up the exterior door going to another balcony. That thick fog. A little bit of drizzle falling this time as you look out.
Go outside. Still can't see more than that 2 feet.
Maybe 2 feet.
I'll look up. Still see that 4th floor?
Give me a perception check. See what you see through the fog here. With an 18, there would be a single window with a little bit of faint light coming from it. Just above the door here. Maybe about 15 feet up.
Just straight up from here?
Mm-hmm. Directly above this door.
Mary would pick up the box, the jewelry box.
Mm-hmm.
Just put it in his bag for now.
Okay.
It's still going to be useful for the debt we got.
Note that you have a jewelry box as it rattles with stuff inside.
I can add it to the treasury.
Do we want to look inside the jewelry box and see what's in there first?
We don't have time to spend too much time. We gotta keep moving. Nara would tell Rama to just go outside and fly up a little bit and try to find some place. If there's a way for them to
I'll
go
point
up.
I'll point out the window to the lizard.
Roll me a... That's nutty. Roll me a D20 narrow.
19.
Okay. As your... Where are they? They would make it down here. As they try to fly around and they disappear in the mist for a moment. They would also take 10 points of force damage. They disappear in the mist and appear back down there.
Okay. Yeah, there's something
So
in
maybe
that
we
mist.
shouldn't try flying.
You shouldn't try flying into the mist.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a window directly above this door, so we can maintain contact with the house the whole time if we climb. But let's keep. There's still another room to look at.
Yeah.
Check out
Let's
this
open-
fireplace. This is a room that's not lived in, and it is lit. Is this a real, like...
It is real fire. It's warm. Gives off heat. It burns.
All right. I would get out and open
Gotta
this
be
door.
something somewhere.
As you open that door, you can find a dark room, no windows, but it does contain a barrel under a spigot nearby. Actually, there is a light in there, though. But yeah, wooden clawfoot tub, small iron stove, a kettle resting atop it. Starts whistling as you open the door.
You just step in to get a better eye on everything.
As you would all hear the kettle whistling.
So the fire is boiling, so you would turn off the fire. And
So it's not turning off the fire. The fire's
Oh.
going like it's a stove, like a flame.
okay, but,
It's not a new age stove. It's a wood burning stove.
well, okay. Okay, so there's a kettle right there. She's definitely not here, and it's definitely not the way up.
Push on this wall. I'm gonna see if I can find something with this wall.
Push on that wall.
This one to my left.
Yeah. Give me a perception check as you push on it.
22.
22. There is a thick wall, but it does appear to like be much like the other interior walls.
It's not an exterior wall.
It is not an exterior wall. There is something. There's open space behind it.
Blow it up.
Yeah, spatially, there's something back there. Just don't know how to get back there. Might be something in here or in that room.
I can probably burst it open.
There is always the direct approach.
Yeah.
I would pull the wand. I mean, I could always use this. Blow a hole inside in it.
Is it wand of blasting?
No, a magic missile.
That will
That's
not
force damage. So
that will not open a hole in a wall. It's little darts. Little ping ping.
Elrian is flipping through his spell book. Could try conjuring a giant hand and punching through it. I'm not sure though.
I'm sure there's some sort of lever or
There's
something
something somewhere.
Yeah.
What is Zom doing?
I'm gonna wander back
There is
down to
one
the
more
other
thing I
room.
can try.
Is she gone?
She is gone.
I would try to
Sure.
hold the lamp there in this room.
Take 3 points of fire damage. It's hot.
Hold on. I might have something. Let me just double check. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and try to do that and use the Mage Hand to see if it's a lever or something.
As an illusory hand pulls on the sconce there, it's stuck pretty good. It's good good construction.
Okay. So probably not a lever,
It is,
unless they
it is,
want it to be a terrible lever.
it is not a lever. Zom, what are you doing?
I'm coming in here. She's not here. And he's feeling a little defeated at the moment. Let's see. He's just gonna sit on the edge of this bed for a minute. I do not know.
Give me a survival check as you're sitting on the bed.
Survival. 15.
15. Able to discern the difference between the scuffle between Sarasanda and her battle and this other. Seems like something else happened here. Like the bed is scuffled. That was not a part of whatever battle happened there. You do notice scuff marks, footprints. Like when I say scuff, I mean like drag marks. Heading to the mirror.
The mirror. I guess I'll follow them and go check out this mirror.
All right. As you start looking around the mirror easily slides to the side. You can see a door exactly the same size as the mirror.
Just yell down the hall. I think I found it.
I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna come down here and have a look at what Zon found.
Yeah, he just slid the mirror a little bit to the side, and there's a door there. Opening up leads to a bare hallway. A little bit of light coming in from above. And light coming in from outside.
As soon as everybody came this way, he's going.
Alright. Zom starts heading up. You would also note that inside there is another door. More shifty as there's some blocks that need to be pressed, but there is a stone door here. And it's a two-way. As you head up to this low-ceiling attic.
Boy.
That is where we'll end tonight. And we will pick up there next week, folks, as we are going to the 4th floor of Death House. No sign of Dread's head, and no sign of Larissa. But find out if we find our other piece of the rod and more next time. Night, Internet.
Internet.
Night, guys.